29 CFR 1910 Subpart G, Occupational Health and Environmental Control. Subpart G of 29 CFR 1910 focuses on occupational health and environmental control, addressing various hazards and conditions that may affect workers' health and safety in the workplace. This summary provides an overview of key sections within Subpart G, including ventilation, occupational noise exposure, and non-ionizing radiation. Ventilation, 1910.94. Section 1910.94 of Subpart G establishes standards for ventilation systems in the workplace to control airborne contaminants and maintain air quality. Employers are required to provide adequate ventilation to ensure that harmful substances are effectively removed from the air, reducing the risk of exposure to employees. Ventilation systems must be designed, installed, and maintained in accordance with specified requirements to achieve proper airflow and contaminant control. Occupational noise exposure, 1910.95. Section 1910.95 addresses occupational noise exposure and sets limits for permissible noise levels in the workplace to protect workers from hearing loss and other adverse health effects. Employers are required to measure noise levels in the workplace and implement engineering controls, administrative controls, and personal protective equipment (PPE) as necessary to reduce exposure to hazardous noise levels. The standard also mandates hearing conservation programs for workers exposed to noise levels at or above specified thresholds, including audiometric testing, training, and the provision of hearing protection devices. Non-ionizing radiation, 1910.97. Section 1910.97 covers non-ionizing radiation, including radio frequency, RF, radiation, microwave radiation, and laser radiation, which can pose health risks to workers if not properly controlled. Employers must assess workplace exposure to non-ionizing radiation and implement measures to minimize exposure levels, such as engineering controls, administrative controls, and the use of protective barriers. Workers exposed to non-ionizing radiation must be provided with appropriate training and personal protective equipment to mitigate risks associated with radiation exposure. In summary, Subpart G of 29 CFR 1910 addresses various occupational health and environmental control measures to protect workers from hazards such as airborne contaminants, excessive noise levels, and non-ionizing radiation. By complying with the standards outlined in Subpart G and implementing effective control measures, employers can create a safer and healthier work environment for their employees.